Okay, welcome to the Christmas edition of the Unofficial Clan Wars World Ranking. These ranks are on Christmas Day. I calculated these, so they're based on all the results as up to Christmas Day. Now, I've had a bit of feedback on bits of the system, so I just wanted to recap on how the system works and why. Firstly, it's based on the ELO ranking system. That's a proven method for looking at ranking opponents where there's a game which is based on competitor versus competitor-based matchups. It's a recognised method, and it's based on results, so it doesn't look at how a person might perform or if a team's changed personnel. It looks at how they've actually delivered. So one of the things about that, I know I got some feedback saying, why is this clan so high and why is this clan so low? I think they should be higher or lower. I don't get to pick the rank. The rank is driven by the calculations and the statistics. So there's no opinions, it's just all results based. Next, in terms of the actual composition of the elite clans, I had one question raised, which was why aren't some other clans in the ranking that beat, say, some of the lower ranked elite clans? Now, the way I pick the group of clans is you need to get close to or beat a top 7 clan at the time. So if you beat a ranked 18 clan or ranked 19 clan, that won't get you into the ranking system. And the reason I do that is if I did it that way, the ranking group would expand and just the data would become an issue. So the clans that are in the ranking system have got close to or beat a top 7 clan at the time they fought a war. Now I've added a new thing to the ranking system, which is the clan must have greater than or equal to 35 members. Now the reason I've done this is a clan might have had some good past results, but then its numbers might drop. And my view is if your numbers drop to below 35, you're not fighting wars at 35s, 40s or 45s. If you're not, all the elite clans fight wars at those sorts of size. If you're not fighting wars at that level, you're not going to get a ranking. So that's a new rule in terms of inclusion in the rankings. The next one, clan must have greater than or equal to 3 elite wars. Now the reason I do this is because I want the rankings to be driven by clans' performance rather than their starting score. So they need to have had a certain number of wars so the actual rank reflects how good they are, rather than just the score that I start the clans on. And what I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to publish the top 10 war clans. So I've gradually been working up as a sort of building confidence in the system. So from today we're going to cover the top 10. Just on the how, I really appreciate the feedback I'm getting. Please add comments if you've got any suggestions for the system or any feedback on how you think it could work better. Because a lot of these things around, for example, the clan greater than or equal to 35 members came from feedback last time where someone said, well, why is Haifeng Bro included if they've only got 28 members because they're not fighting elite wars? And I thought that was a pretty good point. So now we have the screen on, you need to be fighting elite wars, have more than 35 members. Now, in terms of the why I do this, well, the way this came about is I was looking at a lot of the rankings on forums, and all it was wins. And the issue with wins is, in all respect to the clans with lots of wins, but wins doesn't necessarily tell you that you're the world's best. You might have a side in the 2nd division of the English Soccer League, might be undefeated, but that doesn't mean they can beat a side in the top division of the league because they're facing tougher opponents. And so I was really keen to move past what's a very simple metric, just wins, to something that actually got a sense of how good clans were. Now, why did I want to do this? Because for me, I love watching the top clans duke it out and have, for example, I've loved watching this week, seeing Crucible Wrath facing in the dark, and it added to the spectacle in a sense, knowing that they were the number 2 and number 3 ranked clans in the world, and the winner would probably, the winner might even take top spot, and that sort of stuff to me adds to the game and adds to the bit of fun, and that's why I do this stuff. Okay, now on to the ranking. So first, this week, a couple of changes to the Elite War Clan group. Maricus Mayas has been added to the group. They've done a ton of Elite Wars lately, and on a real roll for a while, so they're a welcome addition to the group. Anyone who hasn't any doubts about whether they're an elite clan, watch some of the replays I've posted on my site. They have some great attackers, and they're certainly an elite clan. Awesome to watch. The Arabic clan I've been chasing, thank you for the help of the person that provided the tag of that clan. And just one thing I'll touch on is there's potentially a new clan, which I'll look at the next one. So there's a potentially new clan, a Chinese clan, with 104 wins, which lost to MKMA by 1 this fortnight. But MKMA was rated top 7 at the time, so I'm looking at including them for next time. So it seems that we're getting more and more Chinese clans in the ranking system, and China appears to be producing just more and more great war clans. The group at the moment is 22 elite war clans. Now, in terms of this fortnight, we've had 8 elite wars. Now let me take you through them. So Farming Kings fought 2 elite wars at the start of the fortnight, 11th and 14th of December. Lost by 1 to Merry Kiss My Ass, which is, gee, that's a tough... Look at the Farming Kings. They've let in 3 and 4 3-stars against really tough opponents. They're obviously running some pretty good bases, and they just haven't been able to put enough stars back on them. So they dropped down the rankings a bit further because of the 2 losses. But I think you should be careful there because they're obviously running good bases, and if they're only letting 3 and 4 in against those types of opponents, they're still a dangerous opponent. Now, 15th and 16th of December saw 2 almost like-for-like matchups. Exodius at the time, if you included Merry Kiss My Ass and Exodius in the rankings, that was the number 6 and number 7 ranked clan, because Merry Kiss My Ass weren't in the previous rankings, but if you had included them, they would have been ahead of Exodius. So they were about level, and that was a hugely hard-fought war, and you can see 85 all, a tie, and given that relatively equal in the rankings, Exodius slightly behind. Exodius picks up 5 points for a draw. Now next, clan Y&Y ranked 4 versus VN Champions, and VN Champions pulled off not a win, but an upset draw, I call it, because the neat thing about this ranking system is if a lower clan fights a higher clan and there's a draw, the lower clan gets points and the higher clan loses points. So it's not like no one gets a win. So in this situation where VN Champs were the underdogs, by drawing with the rank 4 clan, they picked up 49 points. 59 points. So that actually shows that they're running pretty well, and it's nice to see them getting back to form, because they knocked off Ice Baby at one point, so they can be a very dangerous clan, and drawing with the number 4 clan, that shows they're coming back at us. Now VN Champs beat 300. You'd expect that. Then the big matchup of the fortnight, and everyone was watching this, I'm sure. In the Dark fought Crucible Wrath, and what a result that is! Look at that. They put on 14 3-stars to Crucible Wrath's 8, and it's that's just a stunning number of 3 stars. And I think one of the observations I'll make, if you look through the rankings, you'll see that the clans that are top of the elite clans, to middle of the elite clans, to bottom of the elite clans, at this stage everyone's running tough bases, but the clans that are at the top are able to put on 7+ 3-stars in a war. The ones that are a couple of spots down are putting on 5 against hard bases, and the ones that are at the lower end of the elite rankings are putting on 2 to 3 stars against tough bases. So that's almost the key metric at the moment, is how many tough bases can you crack in a war. The other interesting thing about that war is Crucible Wrath were running a lot of duplicate bases, and this is a really tough strategy question at the moment, because if someone can crack a base, they get 4, but it's not that easy to design lots of uncrackable bases given the current situation. So you can't design 40 uncrackable bases. If you design 40 bases, you're going to have some weak ones. So there's a real challenge here at the moment in terms of strategy, which is how much do you diversify your bases. And you can see it all went wrong for Crucible Wrath that war, because they had 3 bases, I think, with 4 people running them cracked, and so in the end they gave away 14 3-stars, but a great win for In the Dark there. I know both sides put tons into that war, and because they were relatively level, In the Dark get 110 points from that, so a huge win, and that has a significant impact on the rankings. Next, Fentigan versus Hitmen. I've got to say, I got some feedback from Fentigan that Hitmen are actually they were running damn tough bases and actually were pretty strong. So I think getting that sort of feedback from that sort of clan, Hitmen might move further up the rankings as we watch more and more of this. Now the last one, a huge upset. So Merry Kiss My Ass were actually ranked 5 before this war. and then got knocked off by CN1. Now, what's amazing about this, look at 87 versus 88. So that CN1 have put on 8 3-stars on Merry Kiss My Ass, who have been through, I think they've been through 6 Elite Wars in a row. So their bases have got to be pretty well tested and pretty proven. And somehow CN1 have put on 8 3-stars on them. So that means that, I don't know what's happened there if Merry Kiss My Ass were running second bases or whatever. But if they were running their primary bases, that says CN1 are coming really good with their hitters and need to be a clan to watch out for. So there's the wars this fortnight. A lot of really interesting battles in the Dark versus Crucible, but that's got to be the highlight. But some amazing draws, and that last one, CN1, oh wow, what a win, and they could be really dangerous. Now, okay, so what's that mean for the rankings? So first, I just wanted to touch on clans to watch out for. I did this last time. I flagged Merry Kiss My Ass, and second after I posted the video, of course, Exodius got matched up with Merry Kiss My Ass. And then fought an incredibly hard fought war. So this is the clan to watch out for this war. These guys lost to Merry Kiss My Ass when they were ranked 5 by 1. And as you can see, 104 wins. A Chinese clan. I don't know if anyone can post what that says in Chinese. I'd appreciate it, because I can only refer to it by the tag at the moment. But they are one to watch out for. If you get matched up, you're in for a very tough fight. Now, the top 10. In number 10, there is... I think there's 3 cut clans in the top 10, and the first of the cut clans in the top 10 is Ferrers d'Arms. So this is the clan that beat In the Dark in the first ever war, and recently lost to In the Dark. But on the rankings, they're ranked 10, so congratulations to them. And you can see a pretty strong cut clan. I think it's a pretty tough challenge being good at both forms of the game, so it's real credit to them being both a top cut clan and a war clan. Now, rank 9, Merry Kiss My Ass, having had an incredible run, worked their way up to rank 5, and then with the upset recently where they lost to CN1, dropped 4 spots in the rankings, and so now are at rank number 9. But they're a great clan, great attackers, they're definitely deserving of their spot. Now, rank 8, CN1, after their fantastic win, putting on all those 3 stars against Merry Kiss My Ass, they jump into the top 10 and picked up a lot of points for that win. Rank 7, Ice Baby. So they're warring again, not featuring any of the elite war logs, because they're not updating their log on the forums anymore. But I get all the other logs from a lot of the other elite clans, either privately or published on the forums, and they haven't been obviously running into any elite clans. So they have not moved on points, and but winning wars, but not fighting much in the elite space at the moment. Hopefully, we'll see it'll be really interesting to see their first elite clash since they've been back from their break, because it'll be interesting to sort of see where they've landed, because they have been a fantastic clan, but I think clan wars have got tougher, and so it'll be interesting to see where they sit when they fight one of the top 10 elite clans. Now, rank 6. Exodius. So Exodius only won Elite War this fortnight, drew with MKMA, picked up 6 points, pretty much holding their rank. VN Champions, so a couple of good wins lately, so they're up to rank 5. I think a very dangerous clan, given some of the history of beating Ice Baby, but also so it's lovely to see them back in form, and they could be really, really dangerous. Holding their spot, Y&Y at rank 4, and then to the top 3 we have a change here. So the number 3 ranked clan is now Crucible Wrath. Following their loss to Ice Baby, they've dropped a spot from rank 2 to rank 3, and then rank 2 is now Pentagon. I think they had 1 Elite War win this fortnight, but not one with a lot of points, so they've gained some points, but with their win over Crucible Wrath, the number 1 clan right now in the world is In the Dark. Congratulations, an insane win, 14 3-stars on what was the number 2 ranked clan at the time. That is just awesome. Congratulations, and all my respect to that type of warring. So just so people got the points, so this is what it was last time. Pentagon won number 1, Crucible Wrath number 2, In the Dark number 3. This time there's the top 10. So in the dark, holding a significant lead, but you know, if one of the top 10 clan, or if Fentigan beat them, they'd probably pass them. But in the dark, have pulled away and got a bit of a lead now. Fentigan number 2, Crucible Wrath number 3, and there's the point score. You'll see that VN Champs only 1 point ahead of Exodius in 5 and 6, but you can see that sort of 5, 6, 7 basically bunched together in a very, very small points range, even 5, 6, 7 and 8. So it's almost, you've got the sort of 1 to 3 out in front. Actually, no, you saw 1 and 2 out in front, a second bunch, Crucible Wrath and Y, and then you've got a bunch of 4, you know, from 5 to 8 in terms of the rankings at the moment. Anyway, Merry Christmas to all. I hope you enjoyed this episode and look forward to another set of great wars over the next fortnight.